I'm Mike Gonzalez. You're tuned in to Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. For the Tri-Cities' best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials. Cater your office party with Azteca. Or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com. And on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine is a proud supporter of the Urban Kitchen in Yakima, changing young lives by teaching culinary skills. Hi everybody, welcome back to Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. I'm your host, Mike Gonzalez. Super excited to be at Bartholomew Winery here in Kennewick, right along Columbia Drive. It's been in the press a lot lately. Just super exciting for this region to have a place like this. I had a chance to speak with owner Bart Fawbush, who told me what it means to move his winery from Seattle to right here in Central Washington. Step inside Bartholomew Winery at the new Columbia Wine and Artisan Village in Kennewick, and you can instantly feel there's something special happening here.
It's been fantastic. Again, when we were announced as one of the tenants here, it was great. We had people reaching out to us all the time saying, hey, we're excited to have you here. We hope it succeeds. We really want to make something of the Tri-Cities here and wine. Because we're really right in the middle. We're right in the heart of what I call Washington wine country. So, Walla Walla to the south and east of us, and then you've got Yakima and Prosser and Red Mountain super close, and we're right in the middle of all of that. So not only the grapes, but all the vineyards and the wineries that are doing some spectacular stuff. So we're just excited to be part of it.
Fawbush opened Bartholomew Winery inside the brand new Columbia Gardens Urban Wine and Artisan Village in Kennewick this past December, moving his winery full-time from Seattle to the Tri-Cities. The project is being supported by the Port of Kennewick in Benton County. City leaders hope the project can reconnect downtown to the Columbia River and spark revitalization in the area. Fawbush says the port has been a huge supporter of helping market the Bartholomew brand.
We're, one of those spokes in the wheel. Without the spoke, the wheel doesn't have the support it needs to turn. We're hoping that we're one of those spokes. There's many other spokes, if we want to use that analogy, to really make the whole wine industry work. But being closer to the vineyards, having a little bit larger space here for us now, we're going to be able to hopefully make more wine and get it out into the community a little bit more, not only on the west side of the state, but specifically here in eastern Washington as well.
We have right now we have about 120 barrels, and about 105 of those have wine in them. So some of these barrels will be reused again for this fall. We just took wine out of them. We just bottled some stuff.
Fawbush, who still runs his original tasting room inside the old Rainier Beer Brewery in Seattle, never set out to be in the wine industry. It just sort of happened. He was a biology major in college who loved business, and his love for creating things was the perfect eclectic mix to become a great winemaker.
I didn't realize that I was going to be a winemaker. I kind of fell into it. I was standing on the other side of the bar tasting and asking the critical questions of where's this grape grown, what is the variety, what's it supposed to taste like, who made it, who's the winemaker, what kind of oak, and all that kind of stuff.
And just like his unorthodox path he took to get into the wine industry, he chose his name sort of the same way.
I kind of make a joke out of it. My last name nobody's going to remember because Fallbush is hard to say and remember, so you don't want to put that on your main marketing piece. And then every river, valley, lake, stream, animal, flower, whatever, has all been used in the wine industry already. So we were trying to figure out exactly how do we do this. And since my first name was Bart, we just lengthened it to Bartholomew. Gave it a little bit of a sophistication, I guess.
On this Sunday afternoon, customers streamed in and out, and it's easy to see why. The wide open feel of the tasting room allows views into the barrel room and scenic looks of the Columbia River. Bonnie and Robert Westcott, who've already become big fans of Bartholomew Winery, told me why they love coming in.
Oh, Bart's wines are just well-balanced, flavorful. He's captured the varietals very well. And it's a joy to come down here and try different varietals that you don't see in other tasting rooms.
And how exciting is it to have this in the Tri-Cities, guys, for both of you?
Oh, this is great. This is, just to have another tasting room like this and the whole format that they've come up with here for the wine village and so on. Mm-hmm. Just something we've needed in the Tri-Cities.
Very good, very interesting because he has different varieties that I've never tasted before.
What do you think of the wine and artisan village at this point? I mean, you're a realtor, so you probably have a different perspective of
Well,
things.
I'm very impressed. To be honest with you, I was going, at first I'm thinking, who on earth is going to come down all the way down here?
Right.
But the Port of Kennewick has been doing an awesome job of cleaning this whole area up. So I believe that it will be a destination.
Bartholomew Winery offers everything that a wine lover could ask for and a whole lot more.
Like if you come to my tasting room right now, we're tasting Primitivo, which is a variety that is similar to, if not exactly the same as Zinfandel. We do a rosé with Carmenere, a real light colored Carmenere rosé that is crisp and clean, bone dry, stainless steel fermentation, just really real easy to drink and really good with summers. We also do Albarino right now, which is a Spanish white wine. Again, made in the same style as the rosé, meant to be paired with seafood, anything spicy, kind of cut through some of the heat or cut through some of the maybe vinegar or oils that you're using. And then on the red wine side, we've got Malbec as well. We've got Cab Franc. Tannat, as I mentioned before, is a unique, unusual variety. We're the only ones producing that in Washington State because, as far as I know, there's only one vineyard, and we purchase all those grapes from them. And so that's kind of what we do. We throw in some standards like Cab Sauv and Sauvignon Blanc, just to show people that we also can make the standards as well.
Bart says you shouldn't be intimidated by a tasting room even if you're not a big wine fan. Just come in with an open mind, be ready to learn, and have a lot of fun.
And I know a lot of people maybe have a preconceived idea of what they should do when they walk into a tasting room or a winery because they're maybe a little intimidated maybe by the size or the scope of what's happening and maybe just not understanding it entirely. But we hope that when people come in here, we can set them at ease. First of all, we offer folks to have a seat, and come over and we'll bring them a glass and introduce them to the wine and the winemaking style and talk to them just briefly and then get them started and really just try to explain to people that, hey, you don't have to be an expert here, just taste, find out what you like, and if you like something, hopefully you buy it and purchase it before you leave.
As for the future for Fallbush and Bartholomew Winery, he wants to continue to grow the business and create wine that people love.
This year we're bringing in 4 new red grapes. We're going to do Barbera, Sagrantino, Aglianico, and Graciano. I know most people have heard those. They're absolutely fantastic. We just want people to get a chance to taste those and explore that with food. So it's my job to make sure that those grapes come in clean and properly. We treat them with the utmost respect. We make great balanced wine, and then hopefully people can find something to pair with it, and hopefully it creates that experience that everybody wants by adding in additional red wines. Initially here, we want to sell as much wine as we can, create a little fun so that we can buy some more tanks, and so as the world goes around, right?
Want to thank Bart Fallbush for his hospitality. We're going to be hanging out here the whole show. So if you want to learn more about them, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page, just search Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to head out to Yakima Valley Hops in Yakima, where they're taking the craft brew scene to the next level. Stick around. For the Tri-Cities' best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials. Cater your office party with Azteca. Or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com. And on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Welcome back to Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. I'm your host, Mike Gonzalez, hanging out here at Bartholomew Winery at the brand new Wine and Artisan Village along Columbia Drive in Kennewick. Just absolutely awesome here. You want to learn more about Bartholomew Winery, just hit up our Facebook page. It's Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. All right, from wine to beer, we're going to talk to the guys over at Yakima Valley Hops, who are making guys like me that love to drink beer actually know how to make it. I had a chance to catch up with the owners to talk about their passion for beer.
Welcome to Yakima Valley Hops.
When childhood buddies Jeff Perkins and John Snyder started selling hops on eBay several years ago to make some extra cash, they never thought it would grow into this.
Yeah, I mean, we found all the windows and doors from Habitat for Humanity. We found the big sliding door downstairs in the basement, and you know, with these big old timbers and cedar boards, it was pretty straightforward on what we needed to do.
Yeah. You know, we've gotten money and then we built it as we went along, or built it out of necessity, right? So it wasn't just we had this vision; it's just kind of organically it grew.
This warehouse has turned into a home away from home for the pair, who've known each other since they were just 5 years old. They've built a paradise for the home brewer, and their passion for the business is something they can't hide.
Yeah. I mean, we really it's awesome. I mean, we have this order comment section that really has turned into this free for all of asking. You know, people are asking for you know, just extra stickers or extra swag, or draw a picture of a hop Godzilla crushing something, you know, and it's all the way through. So it's that customer service, that relationship that you build. You know, we aren't just a drive-through. You know, we don't just get your product and leave. You know, that is the big thing for us, is that we have built that connection.
After just 5 years in the business, Yakima Valley Hops is delivering their products around the world. And they're changing the game for the home brewers. Their Yakima store is complete with everything that a home brewer needs, from equipment to yeast, malts, hops, and sanitizers. There's nothing you can't find here. And Jeff says he's trying to break the paradigm that making beer is just for the experts.
It's very easy to make beer. That's a really misconception, is that, you know, you're gonna need some crazy stuff just to make beer. That's not the truth. That's not at all the reality. What you do need is, like any sort of other cooking, is time, temperature, and just adding ingredients. It's basically that simplistic.
If you're itching to make brew at home but can't make it out to Yakima, don't fret. You can buy all your supplies from Yakima Valley Hops online. YVH has delivered to 38 countries and they're growing. In fact, more than 90% of their business is done via the web. We got an inside look at how their operations work. Check this out. When an order is placed online, these guys pick it up from here. They handpick every order from their warehouse up the street, or they can get it out of the fridge right here. Then these guys, they'll literally weigh it with this machine. They'll sort them out. They'll pack them up into individual packets, and they will ship them literally around the world.
You know, wear your boots on the ground out in the field, talking with the farmers, sourcing your products, sourcing the highest quality of products. And we're really proud, and we do stand behind all the hops that we sell because we have a connection.
So there is definitely a needed bridge between the farmer and the actual craft brewery itself. So we help to fulfill that, along with many other merchants.
Jeff says that Yakima Valley Hops is bridging the gap between the home brewer and the big hops farmers like CLS. Welcome to the small town of Moxie, Washington, where some of the biggest names in hops farming operate. Here at CLS Farms, there's more than 700 acres of hops growing in the beautiful Washington sun. We took a tour with production manager Reed Lundgren for an up-close and personal look. CLS grows 7 varieties on their 750 acres, including the Neo Mexicanas, sold by Yakima Valley Hops as well. It's native to New Mexico and presents a few challenges of growing it in the evergreen state.
One is day length. Hops are daylight sensitive, and down there has less daylight time. And so if you can see on these, this vine here, we have some that are fully mature all the way to some that are still throwing burrs. And so they're a little bit confused up here with the daylight being a little longer up here.
CLS and Yakima Valley Hops have forged a close relationship. It's given the home brewer access to the same hops that the big boys like even Sierra Nevada have access to.
The brewing and grower relationship has really come together in the last few years, and there's been a really organic relationship that's been formed. And working with companies like Yakima Valley Hops, it's been awesome because there's like the brewer and grower interface has become much more together. And so, and it's fun to get that feedback too, because then you really know what they want. And then we can really focus all of our growing and horticultural practices here to satisfy what they want.
That relationship allows Yakima Valley Hops a farm-to-package look at the growing process that starts in February. By September, the vines are ready to be cut, taken to the processing facility where the picking machine separates the cones from the vines, leaves, and vegetation. It then goes into these huge drying kilns so the hops get to a specific moisture content. What's created are some of the most amazing hops in the world that are shipped to Yakima Valley Hops, then out to the home brewer from their facility in Yakima. As for Jeff Perkins and John Snyder, they know they've tapped into something really special, and they plan to keep growing with the craft brew industry wherever that landscape takes them next.
Napa Valley is the wine, Yakima is a craft beer. I think we really are pushing the envelope for how much of an influence hops has on the craft beer industry. It is the romantic ingredient in beer. You know, if you take a look at any major beer label, there's always some sort of icon or picture revolved around hops. It's not grains or yeast, it's hops. So there is some sort of emotional connection there.
I didn't imagine us being here in 5 years. So it's hard to even fathom where we'll be in 5 years from now. But one thing I do know is that we will be here. Yakima Valley Hops will be here, and we will continue to strive to provide the best ingredients.
For the Tri-City's best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials, cater your office party with Azteca, or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com and on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Hi everybody, welcome back to Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. I'm your host Mike Gonzalez, hanging out at the new Wine and Artisan Village here in Kennewick along Columbia Drive. I'm inside Bartholomew Winery. That is part of this, owner Bart Fawbush. You saw him earlier in the show and you see how good this place looks and how great the wine is. You want to learn more about them, just hit up our Facebook page at Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. You could pull up that video and you gotta come out here because it is just absolutely awesome. Look how many people are hanging out drinking wine on a Sunday. All right, up next, we're gonna go to one of my favorite places. You love soup, you love sandwiches, right? It's a natural fit. Well, I found one of the best places in all of the Mid-Columbia called Stone Soup that has a winning combination every time you go.
It's creamy, it's cheesy, and then I love the crunchy tortilla strips on the top that you can crunch in there. And
when Dave Lean opened Stone Soup Cafe in 1999 in Walla Walla, he never imagined it would turn into this, a loyal customer base that keeps this little restaurant packed. It's a smorgasbord of soups, sandwiches, salads, plenty of pasta salad as well. Stone Soup's loyal following has catapulted the business into an almost cult-like status.
It's really the people that make this so special. Customers are so appreciative, and it's easy to be motivated when you're serving somebody.
Right.
They're coming over to your place to buy your product.
Let's begin with the broccoli cheese that starts out pretty simply.
Usually start with butter.
Then it's time to add the powder stock.
All vegetarian all the way down to the stock, so we use a vegetarian powdered stock.
Aaron takes the water from boiled broccoli and adds it into the mix.
Flavor, and then you still get all the nutrients from the broccoli.
Aaron now adds in the white rice flour that's entirely gluten-free. For thickness, there's the half and half and reduced fat milk. But here's the glue that keeps this baby together. Check it out. It's cheese, and there's lots of it, folks. Once the broccoli is chopped up with this handy tool, it's the final ingredient added. It's a soup that people can't stop talking about.
What's your favorite thing about it?
the creamy cheese.
What do you like about it?
It's cheesy.
Just the cheesiness?
It's so good, yeah.
How's that taste, buddy? Good? How is it?
Excellent.
Solid?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be
Very
back.
creamy.
So you'll be back again for it.
Yes.
If the chicken broccoli soup didn't make your mouth water, here's a soup that surely will. Check it out. It's the chicken enchilada. In fact, it was so popular that Stone Soup added it to their daily soup menu, and people want this baby for good reason. Check out the ingredients. Inside this 11-quart pot is where all the magic is made. Ingredients include onions, diced jalapenos, garlic, a mix of parsley, chili powder, Italian and taco seasoning, topped with diced tomatoes. Aaron adds in water and the white rice flour that makes it gluten-free without sacrificing any flavor. He lets it simmer for a bit until it's time to add the Monterey Jack cheese, some sour cream, and then the milk. Now Aaron mixes it all up until it's smooth and creamy and ready for the next step. Now here's what makes this baby have its Mexican flair. The enchilada sauce, that's a mix of green and red chili sauce. The pollo, the chicken, is the final piece of this amazing chicken enchilada soup puzzle. With all these great soups and sandwiches, you can only fit so many people inside the restaurant. It's why Dave has worked so hard developing his online, over the phone, and pickup ordering system. In fact, 35% of his business is delivery, 10% is pickup, and the rest comes from folks who like to dine inside the restaurant.
It works great for everybody, and I just respond to them.
How many online orders a day would you say you get, Dave? Is it just kind of vary?
It really varies. Some days there might be 30, some days more, some days less, and typically there's 30 to 35, and around 20 or more of those are delivery locations, and then around 10 to 15 are pickup orders.
Once those orders are processed, they're sent to the kitchen to this guy, Ruben Garanzwe, who's been working at Stone Soup for 18 years. He's the one who delivers that taste with a smile. I traveled with Garanzwe as he hit several places. Back inside Stone Soup, I couldn't believe all the loyal customers I met, who were more than willing to tell me how much they love this place.
It's just kind of friendly family kind of feeling, you know, very comfortable. Yeah, I like that part about it.
What do you like about this broccoli and cheese soup?
That's fresh, hot. The taste is awesome. And it's just a good, different soup to come to have all the time.
And then they're just loyal, so loyal. You know, when they realize that, you know, we're doing everything we can to serve them as well as we can. It just seems like the loyalty is the greatest that I've seen in the different cities I've lived in.
A community that Stone Soup plans to be in for years to come.
Like a fine wine, things get better with time. So raise a glass to celebrate the trendy, fresh look of CG Public House. Formerly the Country Gentleman, CG Public House offers tasty new cuisine, crafted cocktails, and bountiful beers. It's all fresh, uncomplicated deliciousness. CG Public House is committed to keeping it real. Real ingredients, real food, real hospitality. Located west of Columbia Center Boulevard on Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick.
For the Tri-Cities' best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials. Cater your office party with Azteca. Or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com. And on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine is a proud supporter of the Urban Kitchen in Yakima, changing young lives by teaching culinary skills. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the show from Bartholomew Winery at the new Wine and Artisan Village in Kennewick. We appreciate you watching. You want to learn more about Bart Fawbush and his winery, Bartholomew Winery, just log on to our Facebook page. It's Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. On behalf of the crew, I'm Mike Gonzalez saying join us next time right here for more Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine.